Hi, Andy XL back with another NFXL podcast. And again, I'm continuing my sweep through the updated positional rankings after the NFL draft combine. And I'm on to interior O lineman now. So let's talk O lineman then, or the centers and guards, if you like. Um, Now, I've got two in my first round rankings at the moment. One of those is I've added to the interior O lineman after the combine as his arm measurements indicated that he might possibly be moved from offensive tackle to guard, and that's Spencer Fano out of Utah. And he's going to be competing with Oliver Vega Ione, the guard out of Penn State, who's 14 on my big board. So only three spots between them. Now, Fano has not played guard at college. He's been an offensive tackle. So the question here for teams is, do they prefer that versatility to play any position or multiple positions? Does that overcome somebody they're going to have to teach to play guard to an extent? So Fano and Ione are going to compete for that first interior O lineman, and in their case, guard, to be taken off the board. So Fano, as I say, Fano did okay at the combine. It's just that short arm measurement that may lead NFL teams to wanting to move inside. Um, Hence why I moved him across to this group from the offensive tackles. The good news is that demand looks high for guards this season. As many 11 openings are there to fill, and another five at centre, and that's after day one of the free agency. After about 10 good free agents, though, are still out there. So, how hectic or not the next few weeks are in terms of interior O lineman free agency may well have a significant impact on this draft class. The top 10 in this class all look like good prospects, though, and I've already touched on two of them, and all have a shot at going in the first 2 days. After that, the others on my list may well be depth guys, certainly initially in the NFL. So after Fano and Aoni, we get into a two, maybe three round two guys. Another two guards, Emmanuel Pregnon out of Oregon, is at 42 on my big board, and at 46 is Texas A&M's Chase Bizontis. So they look solidly in the middle of round two. Then we get the first centre. Now he's 68 on my big board, so in theory in round three, but the lack of being the first centre in this class could well drag him into round two, and that's Connor Liu out of Auburn. Then we get into the round three guys for sure right now, and there's whoa, 4 or 5 of them. Starting with a couple of guards, Billy Schrauth out of Notre Dame is at 82, and Georgia Tech's Keelan Rutledge is at 92. Then we get three centers, all hovering between 96 and 101. So right at the end of round three, possibly round four, um, who earns preference of the teams could decide who gets into round three or who's still waiting for day three. And so the three are Jake Slaughter of Florida at 96, Sam Hecht out of Kansas State at 100, and Iowa's Logan Jones at 101. So there's three more centers competing to get into day two. After that, like I say, there's a bit of a drop off. 30 spots on my big board till the next guy at 131, who's another centre, Parker Brailsford out of Alabama, who's been on a gradual slide down big boards. And when you've been sliding gradually like that, at this stage, it's difficult to start turning upwards. So he's probably looking firmly into round four right now, maybe even round five. Then we've got Ahmad Reed Adams, a guard out of Texas A&M at 141, another guard at Bo Stevens out of Iowa at 161. Then we get the fifth centre and the final one in this list. Sorry, is that fifth centre? Sixth centre. Pat Coogan out of Indiana, who's 190. But don't rule him out climbing higher. Then with some guards, Jaden Roberts out of Alabama at 192, DJ Campbell of Texas at 194, Jaeger Burton out of Kentucky at 202, before the final centre on this list, and 18th in my interior lineman, but 7th centre, is Michigan State's Matt Gulbin at 214, and then the 11th guard at 19th interior O lineman is the only other one that makes it into my top 250 right now, and that's Jeremiah Wright out of Auburn. So they're the interior O linemen and how they're looking right now. as we head in, as free agency kicks in, and we get within close to 6 weeks of the draft happening. So next up, the offensive tackles. See you soon.